Alright, guys, so this is a little sad one. So, thousands of miles away, grieving family wants to know how 7-year-old died in custody. I'm not going to read this because this is basically what we had read in some other articles. I want to read this. Alright, so a makeshift white heart with Jacqueline's full name across it stands in front of her family's home in the remote Mayan Quechichi community of Raxura in the Alta Verapaz region. It really hurts, Domingo Cal, the girl's grandfather, told CNN Espanol. Honestly, it's hard to take in. That's the man right there. Jacqueline was the second-born child of four children, ranging from 8 years to 6 months. She was happy and healthy despite the family's financial struggles. Cal says Jacqueline's father decided to leave because he was frustrated of living in extreme poverty. He wanted to work because he said he could make a better living there, Cal said, speaking on behalf of Jacqueline's mother, who only speaks a Mayan dialect. Cal said she hopes her husband stays in the U.S. to work. The family is worried they will not be able to pay the debt they acquired to send Jacqueline and her father north, he says. That's pretty sad. She spent her birthday on that's another sad thing. Jacqueline and her father traveled for at least a week and spent her birthday on the road, her family says. When they reached the New Mexico desert on December 6th, they were among a group of 160 migrants who were detained by the Border Patrol agents about half a mile west on the Antelope Wells port of entry, the CBP said. The immigrants included about 50 unaccompanied minors. Wow. Sorry, I was just like, whoa. 4 agents interviewed the group and looked for any signs of distress to determine whether medical care was needed. In the initial screening, officials said there was no health issues. Jacqueline's father also claimed that the girl was healthy on a government form. Our agents are almost always outnumbered in the middle of the night, a CBP official told reporters on a conference call Friday. There is no indication that it was a lack of attention that resulted in this. The questions were asked, the observations were made, and there was no indication that she had any health conditions. The girl and her father were held at the port of entry in a facility with access to food, water, and restrooms, CBP says, as they waited to be taken on the only bus available to the closest border patrol station about 95 miles away in Lordsburg, New Mexico. The unaccompanied minors were the first to be transported. Nearly 8 hours after they were detained, Jacqueline and her father were loaded on the bus. Before leaving, her father told agents his daughter was sick and vomiting. The CBP said an agent notified the station that the child would need emergency medical care. When the bus arrived at the Lordsburg station about 6:30 a.m., the father told agents that the child was not breathing, according to CBP. So this was at 6:30 in the morning. Damn. A Border Patrol EMT revived the child twice, the agency said. She had a temperature of 105 degrees. Local EMTs also provided care before she was transported at 7:45 a.m. by air ambulance to Providence Children's Hospital in El Paso, Texas. The reality of the border is there's no faster way to get her to treatment than the one she was on, the CBP official said Friday. Her father told officials that was yesterday. Her father told officials that she had not been able to drink or eat water for days. Eat or drink water for days, according to the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, but it's unclear when the interaction took place. Results of autopsy are pending. At 11 a.m. on December 7th, officials at the Lordsburg station were notified the girl had again been revived after going into cardiac arrest, the CBP said. A CT scan revealed brain swelling. She was breathing by a machine and diagnosed with liver failure. Jacqueline died at 12:35 a.m. Saturday, the CBP said. Her father was there too. Border Patrol agents, including trained emergency medical technicians, did everything in their power to provide emergency medical assistance for Jacqueline Cal McKean immediately after her father notified the agents of her distress. So this is the Commissioner Kevin McAllen saying in a statement. CBP said that it did not issue a statement about the child's death out of respect to the family of the deceased. The agency is currently reviewing its public disclosure and notification policy related to deaths in our custody. The initial indication from the Providence Hospital is that she passed as a result of sepsis shock. The El Paso County medical examiner has not determined the cause or manner of death, and the case is pending further studies. according to a spokeswoman. Worst possible outcome. In a statement, Cynthia Pompa, advocacy manager for the ACLU Border Rights Center, called for a rigorous investigation into how this tragedy happened and serious reforms to prevent future deaths. The girl's death. I mean, it sounds like she was already sick, but maybe they couldn't tell if it was serious or not. But who knows? Okay, so the girl's death comes months after a toddler died 6 weeks after being released from an immigration and customs enforcement facility in Dilley, Texas. The toddler's mother and her attorneys alleged she contracted a respiratory infection after they arrived at the detention center, and the ICE provided substandard medical care for the 19-month-old. The child and her mother came from Guatemala and were detained after crossing into the United States via the Rio Grande. Man. Damn, so that's what I'm telling you guys. I can't believe they're coming with kids, man. How come they just couldn't come themselves? Damn, this is crazy. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Giving you guys, news on the matter.